Cruise news time. Well, it's another huge cruise day. Huge update from Royal Caribbean about the restart of cruising in the US. And I've done some digging about your favorite cruise lines when it seems they will be restarting. And we have to give a nod and talk a little bit about Mother Nature. A lot to cover today. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Lido, Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news updates. Well, let's talk about the big story. Royal Caribbean returns to the sea with paying passengers today out of Port Miami. The Freedom of the Seas getting ready to leave. I think it's either on a 3 or 4 day voyage. Somebody help me out in the comments. But I know that this first cruise is going to Nassau, Bahamas. It's going to Coco Cay. And the highlight of this cruise is that they will be at Coco Cay for the 4th of July. There'll be a fireworks show at Coco Cay. That's going to be super special. This is Royal Caribbean's first cruise with the vaccinated, unvaccinated policies, where there will be some places where vaccinated folks can go that unvaccinated people can't go. This is where they have the extra testing for the unvaccinated. But Royal Caribbean has said before that they don't anticipate that to be a huge number, that this will be primarily a vaccinated cruise. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out over the next few days. But again, another step forward in the U.S. cruise restart. And then I talked about it yesterday. It will be followed by Carnival leaving out of Galveston on Saturday. And then on Sunday, the 4th of July, the Carnival Horizon will be leaving Port Miami. So the biggest cruise companies in the world will have paying passengers on the sea this first weekend in July. In addition to the cruise restart story for Royal Caribbean, there is another big Royal Caribbean story. I'm sure most of you have heard of the tragedy of the condo that has collapsed in Miami, the Surfside condo. And there's many first responders at that site that they're still looking for 145 people, still search and recovery. It's a tragic story. Royal Caribbean is trying to help in that effort, trying to provide accommodation for those first responders. They sent the Explorer of the Seas into Port Miami to offer accommodation and assistance to the first responders arriving in South Florida. It is estimated that Explorer of the Seas will house up to 600 people working there at the Surfside site as they continue to try to deal with that tragedy. Big ups to Royal Caribbean for helping out where they can. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the families that have lost and to the families that are still trying to locate their loved ones. I get asked a lot what's going on with some of these other cruise lines. I just want to tell you, I looked at some of I don't have any new news, right? So when a cruise line puts out a press release or something like that, I'll report on it. Virgin Voyages, Holland America, Norwegian Cruise Line, they've been kind of quiet when it comes to these things, and I haven't seen much lately. There was some cancellations from Norwegian last month, but I figured the best way to do it is I just went to the websites and I went to see what the soonest cruise I could book on these major cruise lines. So I just want to swing through, give a quick update, and then we'll move back into some more cruise news. Virgin Voyages, it looks like the first time I could book a cruise on Virgin Voyages for the Caribbean out of Miami, September of 2021, September the 22nd is the first cruise I am being offered. If we look at Holland American Line, it does look like they have a cruise going out this month from Seattle up to Alaska on July the 24th. But then after that, I don't see any other cruises until September the 18th. We're looking at like a California coastal cruise down to the Mexican Riviera, leaving out of, it looks like leaving out of San Diego. And so there's a couple San Diego cruises in September. And then Norwegian, I'm not finding anything, US based for Norwegian until it looks like November of 2021. So I would be interested to know in the comments, do you have any cruises booked on these lines before the date I just told you? Maybe they're not taking any more bookings during this time. Have your cruises been canceled? But I will say it again, there's going to be a lot of focus on the cruise lines that are cruising right now, dominating the news: Celebrity, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, those kind of activities here in the US. But as these other cruise lines come on and start sailing, they will be making their way back into the news. But yeah, not seeing a lot going on from those cruise lines. If you've got any of those booked, like I said, leave a comment and tell me what you see going on from your side. And as we said earlier, such a big weekend for cruising with Royal Caribbean International and Carnival going out for the first time. They figured out how to deal with COVID to keep people safe on cruise ships. They figured out how to sail from Florida with some of the challenges with the legislation in Florida. They figured out how to deal with the CDC. They've jumped through all the hoops. There's nothing left that could hinder them. Oh wait, maybe there is. I got to tell you about that. Before I do, let me quickly invite you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you enjoy staying up to date with everything that's going on in cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. We're very close to our big milestone goal of 100,000 subscribers. Yeah, it's been an amazing 4-year ride, and we would love for anybody who's not subscribed to be a part of that first 100,000. If you can, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. Thank you in advance. All right, so CDC, check. State of Florida, check. COVID protocols, check. Hurricane season. That's right. You guys know hurricane season. It's the Jason months. June, July, August, September, October, November. This is the official hurricane season, and it's been kind of quiet so far in Florida until now. Let me introduce you to Tropical Storm, now Category 1 Hurricane Elsa. She's been churning and burning down there, and now she's on a trajectory that may put her right in line with these cruise ships. Here's an illustration from Fox 35 Storm Team, and check that out. We got cruise ships leaving from Galveston. We got cruise ships leaving from Miami, and they could run into this storm. Now, fortunately, this storm track goes all the way to Wednesday, and so getting out of Miami, getting out of Galveston may not be a big deal over the weekend, but there may be some storm action when these cruise ships try to return home. Look, cruise lines, they are adept at dealing with a lot of things, and they know how to deal with hurricanes. I don't see this stopping the cruise restart, but it could make it interesting. So yeah, it's so funny. It's like the cruise restart is climbing up a hill, and every time they get to one plateau, well, there's another little bit to climb. So let's all join together and send out some positive vibes, hoping that Hurricane Elsa just spins out in the ocean somewhere and becomes a non-event, or either way, the restart of cruising will happen. But yeah, Hurricane Elsa, she wants to get on a cruise too. Let me throw the question over to you. Have you ever cruised during hurricane season? Was it a big deal? I can answer for me. I always cruise during hurricane season. It's like 6 or 7 months out of the year. Of course you're going to cruise during hurricane season, but have you ever been impacted by a hurricane? That would be a great question. Or would you cruise during a hurricane? I don't know. What do you think about any of the news stories? Leave a comment below. Thanks so much for checking out the show today. Please show your support by hitting the like button, or I'm going to have your most uninteresting neighbor come by and share slides, old school slides, of his most uninteresting vacation. How about that? It's gonna take hours. This is Tony with Lido, Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.